All right, here we go. Another interview with Atlanta journalist George Chidi. Welcome back to VladTV.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Last time you were here, we made some waves, ruffled some feathers, did some work.
We did, and it's been good. I'm having a great year, but also like being on your show, like opened a bunch of doors. People who were not talking to me as much are talking to me now because they know I have an audience.
Aha. Well, I love it, man. I love to hear stuff like this. Well, let's get into it. And I think the most important thing to talk about right now is an update on the YSL RICO case.
Right. So let's start with the basics. Nobody's getting out of jail anytime soon.
Seems like it.
Nobody's getting out of jail in part because one person in the case hasn't been arrested yet. He's not in jail. And it's the fellow that shot up the bus, like where, the Lil Wayne shooting from, a few years ago. That guy's not in jail right now. And as long as he's out there in the wind, the prosecutor and the judge are going to be concerned about basically a witness being intimidated or threatened. Like there's a credible question. Like there's all sorts of other stuff that's been talked about in the bond hearings about why somebody should or should not get out of jail. But that's the thing that I think is holding it all up. You can't even begin to have a conversation about bail as long as there are threats, as long as the prosecutor can stand there and say, like, my witnesses are being threatened. And there have been threats against a potential witness in the case. Somebody who is known to be a YSL gang member. And I say that because he's identified himself as a YSL guy, but not in the indictment. And man, I should have caught on to that. But when I first read the indictment, I should have been going through the indictment and looking at the names there and then looking at who got indicted and seeing who was missing. That said, and I'm not going to say his name because he's in witness protection right now. And, but it's not a secret. As long as he's threatened, no judge is going to let anybody out on bond. Like, period. They're in jail until they're either acquitted or convicted.